I watched Presence by Steven Soderbergh, and oh boy, I totally got it all wrong. What was I thinking? I completely identified the wrong ghost, the wrong presence. I thought I had it figured out. If you think that best friend Nadia was the ghost, you got it wrong. I got it wrong. Or maybe I'm the only one who is not paying attention. So, who is the ghost? What does it want? And why is the mother Rebecca so stressed out? Is she involved in illegal activities? What happens at the end of Presence?
You wonder where they are?
In this video, I'll explain the movie Presence. I'll also give you Steven Soderbergh's point of view on the ending of the movie and the real meaning of it. Hi, my name is Michael, and I love talking about movies, but I don't have anyone to discuss them with. If you're like me and wanted to dig deep into movies and kinda analyze them, please like this video and consider subscribing. Presence is a story about a family moving into a new house, but there's something in the house, an entity that we don't know. As the story goes on, we learn that each person in the family has their own worries and problems, especially Chloe, the daughter, who is dealing with the deaths of two of her best friends. The strange thing in the house starts causing problems, but it also seems to be protecting Chloe. Chloe starts dating Ryan, a friend of Tyler, his brother. But Ryan is not as good as he seems. He tries to drug Chloe, but the mysterious thing in the house stops him. The tension in the house builds until Rebecca and Chris, the parents, leave for the weekend on a work trip. This gives Chloe the opportunity to invite Ryan over to stay the night. Ryan drugs her brother Tyler so he and Chloe can have some alone time. That's when things started to really get crazy. Ryan convinces Chloe to drink the glass of alcohol laced with drugs to help her relax, and that's when his true intentions are revealed. This leads to a shocking showdown with the entity, the presence in the house, and its true identity is finally exposed. Before I dive into the identity of the ghost, initially I really thought that the best friend was the ghost, trying to protect Chloe. Remember the dead best friend? I thought they were the ones, they were the entity. There's a scene where Chloe goes to the shower and the ghost arranges the books. That threw me off. I thought that it was the best friend trying to send her signs like, hey, it's me, I'm here, I'm trying to fix your homework, I'm trying to help you out. I assumed it was the typical unable to cross over ghost story where the ghost was so attached to Chloe that they couldn't let go and they stayed behind to protect her. But that was not the case. So now the question is, who is the ghost? In the last scene of the movie Presence, Rebecca, played by Lucy Liu, is by herself in the house after her family has packed up and is getting ready to move out. She starts to notice something strange. She follows into the living room and stands in front of the old silver mirror where she sees the ghost. The ghost is actually her son Tyler, played by Eddie Madej. Tyler had died while trying to save his sister Chloe by pushing Ryan out of a window. Rebecca gets really upset, screams, and falls into the ground, crying that Tyler came back to save her. Chloe thought that the ghost was the spirit of the dead friend, Nadia, but it turns out it was really Tyler the whole time. The medium Lisa helps explain this when she visits the house. She tells Chloe and her husband that from her experience as someone who can see ghosts, spirits like the one in the house often don't know who they are, why they're there, and what time is it.
It's trying to figure you out. It's trying to connect to you.
The ghost can move through time, and Lisa later says that the ghost is there because of something that has not happened yet, but will happen soon. She also mentions that the ghost is connected to a window. At the end of the movie, when the ghost wakes up the drugged Tyler, the sleeping Tyler, it seems like that's when the ghost figures out and understands what it needs to do and who it is. It knows that Tyler has to die so the ghost can be made, which will wake him up. The ghost is like the version of Tyler who feels really guilty. It's stuck with the bad feelings and memories from his life when he was alive. The ghost is angry at himself for being cruel, and he wants to protect his sister because he is so mean. More like a ghost time traveler. So another question, how Tyler's ghost shows up before he dies? Lisa had a special ability to sense ghosts her whole life. When Chris first invites her into the house, she shares some of what she knows about the ghosts. She says that sometimes ghosts don't know who they are and what time it is. They can come up from the past, the present, or the future, and they might not understand why they are there. For Tyler, his ghost is actually from the future. It is his dead self coming back in time to live in the house to protect his sister from someone named Ryan, the serial killer. Tyler's ghost is really like a symbol of his guilt and regret. It's like there are two versions of him existing at the same time. Why is Rebecca, the mother, so stressed? Is she doing something illegal? Rebecca is doing something illegal at her job, probably stealing money or lying about things. She's really stressed about a deal, about a closing deal, and while drunk, she tells Tyler that sometimes you do bad things for the people you care about. Chris knows that his wife is doing something illegal, and it looks like he's thinking about ending their marriage. He even calls a lawyer to ask about what happens if your spouse gets in legal trouble. What is the real meaning of presence? Presence explores how trauma and grief can linger and affect us long after something painful happens. Chloe is especially sensitive to the ghost because she has really experienced deep pain from losing her best friend Nadia. At the end, when Rebecca can finally see Tyler, it connects to what Lisa said about ghosts earlier. Rebecca went through the deep pain of losing Tyler, and because of that, she's now able to see him through the mirror. Tyler was the presence the whole time. He was stuck in a strange time loop where he had to die to save his sister. But at the same time, he needed to already be dead for everything to happen the way it did to help her. According to Steven Soderbergh, to me, it's a drama that happens to use the ghost as the Trojan horse to show you a portrait of this family in distress. I didn't go into it thinking I wanted to make a movie into that genre. To me, this seemed to be an interesting way to show a family coming apart. It's kind of a tragedy in a way, because the mother feels so close to her son that she's really not paying attention to what's happening with her daughter. And it's clear early on in the film that the present is very focused on Chloe, and it's very protective of her. And part of the dread that starts to build as the movie goes on is your understanding that something bad is going to happen, and it's probably going to happen to her. Despite the low-budget feel, moving camera work that gave me a headache, and subpar acting, Presence is a decent movie. This is how you can tell the difference between good filmmakers and newbies. Steven Soderbergh was able to make this simple, kind of gimmicky story work. What do you think about Presence? Did you get it? Did you identify the wrong ghost just like me? Let me know, comment down below. And as always, thank you for watching and take care.